sorry, but today we're going to be reacting to some more leaked abilities for Blade. I've done this video like twice, but apparently there are still more. So I'm going to react to it right now. Let's go.
Yo, what's going on, guys? DeWobs here. Welcome back to a brand new video here on the channel. Today we have all new Blade gameplay, more leaks to show off his abilities, his primary fires, his team-ups, everything. It is honestly awesome that we're seeing early Blade gameplay. So, in today's video, we have a much better look at how his hunting shotgun works, and I'm going to go over every single bit of Blade's gameplay we've seen now, because thanks to the most recent update from Rivals Info, we have everything on Blade. Every single ability that Blade has as of the leaked gameplay. Of course, remember, things could change. He's releasing on August 8th. The devs could certainly change things before then, but let's go over what we have right now. So Blade, being a duelist with 300 health, has two ways of primary attack. And first up, we're going to look at his alternate fire. This is his hunting shotgun, because we have new gameplay right here that answers a lot of my questions I had in the last video. And we can see his hunting shotgun is this short, stubby little shotgun, and he holds his sword in his alternate hand at the same time. So if you melee, you can still use the sword, I'm pretty sure. But at this point, when you have the hunting shotgun out, it has 5 ammo, so it doesn't have too many shots before you have to reload, and it has a Roadhog-like effect. If you take a look, as I've been saying in the previous videos, we were yet to see gameplay of how the shotgun looked at range, but based on its description, it sounded like Roadhog's alternate fire from Overwatch, and this is exactly right. So when you shoot your shotgun at a certain range, and it looks to be about maybe 10 meters, I'm not sure, it's hard to gauge when you're not in the firing range at that one specific spot where it says the distances, but I think it's about maybe 10 meters. It will shoot one single shot, and after this range, it will then explode into a bunch of pellets, and you can see these are the pellets that will blast as like a shotgun burst that will still damage the enemy across a large area. And you can see at a range like this, the pellets spread out quite a lot. You can see even the pellets are hitting the wall all around Venom there. So at really far ranges, it's not going to be a great weapon to use. However, at the perfect range, if you hit someone right as the pellet explodes, just like with Roadhog and Overwatch, you will deal the maximum amount of damage. And you can see some of these shots do actually deal quite a lot of damage. Even fighting the Venom, think how much health Venom has here. He does deplete that health pretty quickly at a range that Blade's not really meant to be. From his abilities, he's meant to be up close, but if the enemy starts getting away, this means you can very easily switch to that shotgun, and as they're leaving, you can just finish them off with a couple bursts of this. It looks really, really good. So in this other gameplay here, we can see the shotgun in use again, and from close range, we can see that the pellet doesn't explode, and it's just one shot, and you can see the amount of damage it's dealing there, based on a body shot and a headshot. Of course, these numbers could change by the time he's released, but I think you will get the most potential when you're using him at that mid-range if you're going to be using the shotgun there. Now, we also have a look at his team-up ability. We know that when he releases, he should be getting one team-up at least with Cloak and Dagger, so he won't be a team-up.
Am I going crazy? Or does Moon Knight look different to you all? Like, look at Moon Knight.
Anchor for this one, he gets the Cloak and Dagger team-up ability, and it's the exact same as Moon Knight. You can see he just places down the Shrouded Orb, and this will make him invisible. And just like Moon Knight, it should also heal you over time. Unfortunately, we don't see the gameplay of that, but we all know how this looks. But yeah, that is the first team-up he should be getting. Now, he might also end up being a team-up anchor and have another team-up, or maybe that will come a little later on. But it's awesome seeing even more gameplay showing those. And now we have a complete look at Blade. We can see exactly how he should play with all the context of all those abilities. So, primary fire-wise, we have his main attack is indeed Dracula's sword. Obviously, we can see that is his main primary attack, and it seems to have a 4-slash combo. So, you attack once, and then you do 2 attacks in quick succession, and then you do a 4th and final attack. And all 4 of those attacks seem to do about 165 damage. So they're doing about 40 damage with each hit, which is pretty good. And as I mentioned, if the enemy tries to escape, you can just pull out the hunting shotgun, and if you're hitting them at mid-range, you can easily deplete their health. Then we have his shift ability, the step and chop, and this will depend on which weapon you have active at the time. So if you have Dracula's sword active, then you will do this spin attack, and this will deal a few hits of damage to the enemy if they're still within range during the entire animation. And it looks like each instance of damage does about 60 damage, and he hits the enemy 2 times in this spin, and it also knocks them back, so you can push enemies around with this, and at the same time, it should also inflict a slow effect onto the enemy, making it harder for them to escape. Now, if that's the case and all of this stays true, it's going to be a really powerful ability to shut down an enemy, especially if it's someone like a support character. You can go crazy with this ability. Now, if you have your shotgun active, then it will do this attack, where you kind of barge the enemy, which also deals a bit of damage and pushes them back. And then you will shoot a giant blast of your shotgun. And I believe this one kind of explodes immediately. It's not like your normal shot. It's just a large area blast. And obviously you're up close, so it should deal huge amounts of damage. And this should also apply a reduced healing effect onto the enemy, so they're receiving a little less healing from their teammates. Moving on, we then have the sword block ability. This is his right click, and this is his defensive ability to improve his survivability, as of course he wants to be up close and personal, brawling the enemies. You need some way to defend yourself, and this puts the sword in front of him for 3 seconds, and it creates an area only in front of him that reduces incoming damage. Now, it's not like a shield. It shouldn't block damage completely, but it should reduce and absorb a decent portion of the damage that you take. Now, we don't know what the cooldown on this will be, so that will kind of depend on its effectiveness, in my opinion. But still, definitely great survivability and fits Blade's kit really well. Then we have his Blood Liberation, his E ability, his vampire form. This is his E ability. When you activate this, you will enter the vampire state for 8 seconds. Now, you'll be glowing red, and you have heightened sensors for this duration. It kind of looks like you can see enemies through walls. We don't have full confirmation on this just yet. And like I said, the devs can tweak the benefits that this form gives you, but it also changes your health into Dracula blood. This covers your health bar red, and it means that you have a lifesteal effect. So you cannot be healed by your teammates at this time. However, every bit of damage that you deal will heal back your own health. So adding to his survivability even more, when you're up brawling the enemies, you can activate this and just keep attacking and you will keep healing. Just like Wolverine with the Phoenix team up right now is super, super powerful. Blade gets this as a permanent ability, and I think we're already seeing how powerful this is going to be when we see that Wolverine team up. And then we have his ultimate. A lot of people comparing the ult to Virgil from DMC, and this is it. So once you pop the ult, you can charge it up for a short amount of time, and it has this area of effect in front of you, this kind of rectangle, and you will dash in that direction, slashing enemies in the process, and then any enemies inside this area will be continuously chopped for a few seconds. For about 3 seconds, anybody in that ultimate area will be getting slashed, and it deals a lot of damage very, very fast. You can see Luna Snow and Punisher die very, very quickly, and he seems to do about 500 damage total if you're in there the whole time. And people said in my last video, this would be comboed really well with the Thing's ultimate because they have similar areas of effect. And I agree completely. The Thing Blade combo will be absolutely deadly. So there you go, guys. That is all of Blade's abilities. A great look at his team up and hunting shotgun thanks to Rivals Info with the new video today. And that completes everything we know about Blade based on the leaks at the moment. So what do you think of Blade's skill set? Will he make for a good fit in Marvel Rivals Season 3?
And everybody, you guys just have to subscribe. I've uploaded an hour video today. And 2 more videos. Guys, please subscribe. We're still 1 subscriber away. We just need 1 more. See you guys next time.